Well, we are thinking about our different systems out there, whether they're air conditioners or heat pumps. Are to make a air conditioner basically a heat pump, all they do is they install something called a reversing valve. Now, what's a reversing valve actually do? So a reversing valve will switch the flow of refrigerant to go from the condenser on the outside, basically pushing that hot gas into the indoor unit. And how does it do that? Well, what we'll do is we'll energize a coil that's sitting on this miniature reversing valve here. And what that will do is through these little tubes, we'll send the hot gas to push that plunger left or to push that plunger right on this particular reversing valve. Now, that tube is sitting right in there. And what it does is there is a gasket over here that when that's pushing this way, it's going to allow the gases to be sucked into the middle tube in here through this reversing valve. And you can see one of these middle tubes is hooked to the suction, true suction. This one's hooked to the true discharge, so the hot gas comes out, and it's going to push this plunger left and right, this way and this way. And there's a couple of parts that are actually missing from this guy here. But one of the things I wanted you to notice about the actual reversing valve is that neoprene type of plastic that's sitting in there. And it's machined in such a way that it's going to allow the hot gas to flow over it and then out this tube. Or if it's pushed in this direction over here, it's going to flow this direction and then out this tube. And that's going to change the flow of the refrigerant. So we're not changing the direction of the compressor. The compressor is the compressor. It's going to be pumping the refrigerant. But we are changing the direction of flow of the refrigerant as it's coming out of the compressor, making it go to the indoor coil or to the outdoor coil itself. Now, why is it so important that we practice good brazing techniques for our reversing valves that are out there? And I wanted to show you that there is no gasket on this plunger that's sitting inside that reversing valve. So the only thing that we are relying on to keep this thing sealed so our hot gas doesn't bypass into the suction side is the pressure from the hot gas pushing it down, but also the suction of the compressor sucking it in. So if we end up getting any type of foreign material in there, oxidation from bad brazing techniques, then we can end up really hurting the performance of our heat pump system with this while this is in there. So I'll put it in there without the slide so that you can see that these are machined in such a way that it's a nice smooth brass finish on the bottom, and this thing's just going to slide across, and the suction of it's going to cause the seal, plus the discharge of the gas pushing down on it's going to cause the seal, and that's it. Hopefully it's a nice tight connection down there, and like I said, any foreign material, you're going to end up with gas leaking by an inefficient compressor. So hope this was helpful to you. Stay safe out there.